What is up, everybody? I hope you guys are having a good one. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the video. If you guys are new, I've seen 2 new subscribers, so welcome to the Passion Traveler. I'm much of a particular guy that likes to share experiences, stories, just only give advice. And sorry if I haven't uploaded in a while. It's been quite an interesting summer. A lot of things came out unexpectedly, so not too proud to pretty much say that it was a perfect time to start today, but I have the energy to brainstorm. So I just want to start with a story, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So last decade, when I was in college, even though I ended up choosing the wrong career, I decided that I should have at least give it a try. There's nothing wrong with trying and finding out your passion, your true potential. A lot of people like to describe that college is a real school. You learn a lot more. I don't think it's the real school. Pretty much what happens is you're paying. It kind of hurts your wallet. And not only that, you're more mature. Specifically, if you go beyond the age of 25. Once you go in the age of 25, you're already kind of past the wild life. But even though I was never the wild guy at the beginning, because I end up going to college at the age of 19 or 20 years old, which I don't remember as much. But so I ended up going to college. I was nervous. I didn't know what to expect. I was kind of fed up with high school, and I didn't think I was that smart to even begin with. I just never knew my true potential. So the first semester was pretty much the typical college 101, how to be successful, how not, pretty much. I'm not going to say it was a bad opportunity, because it was actually a pretty good class. The teacher kind of made us more disciplined. I'm not going to lie. She was very difficult to deal with, but she was very on point. She pretty much said, there's no excuse in life. We have to pretty much get everything done as much as you can. So that's how I kind of developed. But when it came to interacting with a lot of people, there was this chick. So there was this particular chick that I found attracted to, or I was attracted to pretty much. I understand she didn't really like me, and I had no business of even trying to have obviously I already knew it was never going to get to anywhere. But I do remember I came to the first class. I do believe I sat next to her. I don't even remember how we even connected to each other. So we were even though I was attracted to her, there was something going on at that particular point of my life, because I was dealing with the religion and everything else. So I was not really focused on women. When you're so unhappy, even though you find this girl attractive, it does make your day, but you're still not in the mood to I don't know how to explain it. You just don't even care. But I get to the class, I try to listen, I try to make sure that I can pretty much do a better job than what I did in high school. And I remember sitting next to this particular chick, which she was pretty. She was a pale Latina girl. She looked like the typical wannabe fancy / I don't know how to describe it. I do remember she kept telling me personal things that I didn't care. Even for a particular random normie or a high tier normie. Even for me, this her particular conversation I didn't care for. She was telling me how she was privileged to have cousins who were blonde and blue eye, and I'm okay, so do I, and why do I care? And she started telling me how I don't even remember the story. I think one of her uncles adopted a German, or her grandfather, and she was just giving me this random story. She was just trying to give me this explanation of how privileged she had a beautiful family. And I'm I didn't say it at the time, but I'm you know what, your story is so inconvenient. For a pretty girl, you're the first girl that your conversation bores that your conversation is pretty darn boring. You're instead of attracting people to you, and to make people go away from you. So that was kind of hilarious, because so do I. I have blonde, I have a cousin that's blonde and blue eyed. He's Latino, but obviously he's not there's nothing special about it. But anyway, so we decided I was just listening to her conversations, and it was just boring. Like I don't like, even though I don't think this girl liked me, like physically, but I think she just didn't know how to really conversate. Like I remember she had her Starbucks, she had like this dress. She was like that typical wannabe fancy Hispanic girl, and she was telling me how she hated the particular town that we lived in, where she was from, this and that, and I hate it too. But I was raised here. I was pretty much, despite not even being born in this town, I'm already raised here. I'm already adapted to this particular environment. So for me, like, that's one of the main reasons I never even wanted to move out of this town, because it's affordable. And she's like, I don't like it here. I'm like, what do you want me to do about it? Like, that's why you're in college. At least get a career, right? So since I never gave her that particular attention, or probably I was too much of a typical normie that didn't know how to conversate either. So like I think she got turned off about me. There was something about me. She was so turned off. Like the beginning, she was friendlier. The second time I was with her, with her, she was not that friendly. She was a little bit more serious. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, it is what it is. But that girl ended up dropping out. Like, I never saw her. I only saw her like one or two. I think like two times. And the funniest thing that I do remember from that particular time, it was that we were like giving each other compliments, and I think she's like, it was like the funniest thing. Now that I think about it, it's kind of brutal, because people were giving me a lot of better compliments. Like the guys or the people that I made friends with, they had more like fascinating compliments. This girl's like, you're respectful. I'm like, like what? Like, I don't think you know me enough to know I'm respectful, which I am. I'm pretty laid back, but I'm surprised that that was the only compliment. But anyway, so I never saw that chick ever again. And from what I found out, she got with this particular boyfriend. I think her boyfriend was pretty much abusive, or I don't even know. And same classroom, just different, scenarios. This is a second story. Man, this is like the funniest stories I can share with you guys. And this is not even, about me, but I'm going to share it out with you guys. I'm just going to exclude some little details so nobody can know who I'm talking about. So there was this chick, like I'm not 100% sure if she was too embarrassed to be Mexican, even though she was a pretty girl. It's kind of hilarious how, like, I don't even know if this is like a phenomenon. So if you guys are from like a bigger city, please let me know. So like the white Latinos, like I'm a white passing Latino, they don't have a lot, well, unless if they're like that hideous. But when it comes to like Eastern Europeans, I've noticed Eastern Europeans, if they're not having any luck with their women, they try to go for like the white Latino. So this girl used to like claim that she was half Colombian, half Mexican, which I never really believed, because I don't know. I just felt like she was like full-blooded Mexican. Yeah, white passing, but you're like, I don't even know. Like, to be quite honest, I don't even know. But I just talked to her because I thought it was a little bit interesting, because she sounded like a liar. Like, she tried to like fake one time that she was 16 years old, and even like the buddy that I had in college, even she was BSing. Like, she was just trying to the funniest thing is we weren't even hitting on her. We were just making conversation, but she wanted to like act like she was getting all this attention. So, before I continue, I remember who she was, and I'm like, wait a minute, I know who this chick is. This is like my friend's chick. My friend was trying so hard to get with her. Like, I do remember one particular time, and even the other friends acknowledged that this girl used my friend. So it was funny. So my friend used to try to brag that he was a player, that he knew how to do this and that he knew how to get women, and he was always criticizing my particular game, when I used to spit game, which I never was successful at. So I remember, we were just hanging out, and my friend used to like always kind of bore me at the end of the day, because he didn't know how to really, I just didn't think he didn't know what to do. I think he was more thirsty, more desperate. And so the only thing that my friend has an advantage is his physical. Like he's tall and he, like I mentioned him before, he has like the football body frame and he has the height. So that's what kind of gives him a little bit of success. I'm happy for him. He pretty much made it further than me in dating. So I remember this girl, if I'm not mistaken, she only used him for rides and for pretty much free rides. And I happen to remember we went to pick her up, and he was so like, like this dude was simping so hard. He was trying to play hard. Like he'd tell her that it was a privilege to give her a ride, and she only used him. And so going back to college, and she's like, "You look familiar." I'm like, "I think we've met before. We just didn't really talk to each other." And she's like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah, like my friend was so in love with you that he almost ran me over." Because my friend, obviously he didn't do it on purpose. My friend wasn't paying attention at the time. Like I do remember, like I kind of got off the car and he almost like floored it because he was so distracted. He's like, "Oh yeah, you're the good kid," because you didn't want to go to the club with him and something like that, which I don't remember exactly what happened. But it was hilarious. And then I'm like, "Is he your friend?" He's like, "No, she's not my friend. He was just a random guy that used to hit me up. So he used to bug me, and I decided to, get back on him." And so she started teasing my friend. I'm like, so this is like the beginning. I'm like, you know what? I can't really like trust anybody anymore. Nobody knows how to spit game, and this is when I started having a little bit of speculation that there's something going on with dating in the dating world. Nothing is the same anymore. This is like after like Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, and all these particular dating sites. After these particular fancy apps came out, that's when everything started to pretty much change and not making sense anymore. The third story is kind of another funny story. So I happen to remember that man, the only time when I wish a girl could ask me out, I was not attracted to. And this is like a one particular story that I think this girl wanted to ask me out, but I was not attracted to her. One, the age gap. She was already in her 30s. I think she was 30. And I happen to believe that I was like 21 or 22. I don't even know how to begin with, like at first, man, this is like a very brutal story. Like, why does it always have to end like this? So she was not attractive. She was like an ethnic Latina girl, and I'm not a racist dude. I'm just giving you guys some descriptions so you guys can have a better idea. Glasses, already in her 30s, and I don't know if she liked friends or not. Like, she was kind of like a nerdy girl. If I would have known to today, I probably would have given her a chance. Because honestly, when I was still dating, I think this would have been a better option than compared to the other exes that I had. This would have been a way better option. But anyway, so we used to be buddies in college. We had so technically it was not like a typical like algebra or anything. This is like a particular math that is designated to help you do conversions if you're like studying like dental or anything related to like making measurements for pills. Like you like learn how to combine multiple conversions at the same time, which I forgot, which I still have the book. Like I was pretty good at it. It's like you learn how to like divide kilos to pounds, ounces to the body weight. Because I was like trying to be in the medical field at the time. And I'm sorry, I'm pretty bad at giving descriptions. It's been a long time and I'm kind of sad about it. But you learn how to like use the conversions, like you divide the kilos to pounds, then pounds to the person's weight. It's like doing like fractions. So we were pretty much like math buddies at the time, and so there was one particular time that she did ask me if I was single. I think she was like getting ready to ask me out, but it's just I think she had no courage and she kind of like paused. And also, I do happen to believe that I used to like this. See, it's not a thing about the race, because there's this like beautiful like mulatto Puerto Rican girl. The only sad thing that, well, I was like more intrigued with this Puerto Rican mulatto girl, but she was not interested in me. I think she was just like conversating with me more than anything. But I think my friend ended up finding out that yeah, this girl, the ethnic girl, Latina ethnic girl, noticed that I was not invested in her. That's why she didn't ask me out. But after that, we technically pretty much became friends, and we lost contact with each other. I don't remember why. I do believe that she moved out of state or out of town, which I don't remember. And the last story that I have for you guys today, well, actually, there's two more last stories. I apologize for that. It's been a while since I've been to college. Well, basically, physically in college. This is like the only opportunity that I had a chance with a decent girl, but like I said, the religion blew it. She started to notice that I was too much of a, I don't even know, excess male, I believe. Because this girl, she was like a pretty Honduran girl, and she was like kind of like pale, very curvy, short. I think she liked me since high school. The only thing I could never acknowledge is, one, I didn't know how to flirt. I didn't know how to tell signs. I was too naive at the time. I was too innocent. This is why I hate this religion. This religion like destroy a lot of people's lives, not just mine. But anyway, I happen to remember that. See, this is like a funny story. So if you guys live in small towns, expect to see everybody in your local college. That's kind of hilarious. So, but it's the truth. The college people that the high school people that I end up going with, I end up seeing them at my local college. So this is like around a particular science class. I think it was anatomy. So and we had each other in anatomy. We always got along. I think we had good conversations. We just lacked the discipline in certain things too. I do believe that she even acknowledged that I was a little bit innocent. She did say, you're a little bit innocent. You sound like a mama's boy, even though I don't think you're a mama's boy because you're independent. It's just, you're a little bit different from the others. So we were like pretty much like always buddies. I do happen to believe that I was not fully attracted to her yet, which I don't even know why. Like, this is very sad that, now that you know a lot of information, it's not, it's too late already. Even though I'm mixed up, but I just remember like, dang, like I could have really enjoyed at least more decent women. Like, but anyway, it is what it is. So this girl, she was intelligent. I just happen to believe that we both work full time, so the lack of studying made a significant impact on on our performance in the anatomy. Because we did great in other classes. I think what really happened is just working full time does really kill you to show your ability to perform very well in college. You need that particular quality of time to study, because you don't want to study with stress and when you're in a hurry. But so basically, I happen to remember that throughout the mid class of anatomy, we used to like help each other study. We try to help each other with snacks and everything. And I do happen to remember that I think she always tried to like see if I was like interested in her. So at one time she put her leg next to mine and she tried like get very like kind of like, I don't know how to describe it, but obviously I think she was like in the mood for it. So what made me not attracted to her? Well, one, she cut her hair. I think she was going full feminist. Like, she cut her hair, she kind of looked more unattractive. Too judgy to begin with, which I'm kind of glad I never gave her a chance anyway, because I probably we would have just like fight each other, because she is kind of like that particular feminist. Was she like the greatest looking girl? Absolutely not. She still is a Becky, but she was just curvy, better looking than all the exes that I had. But unfortunately, after that incident, she never decided to ever like give me another chance. And then that's when I found out that, because after anatomy, after the semester was over, she did ask me if I wanted to like have another class with her, where I don't even remember exactly what happened, but afterwards I just remembered that we never saw each other again. I think she went to a different college, she became more popular, and she got married, she has a kid. and I'm still in the same position. It's just I study a different career now, and that I'm more focused. Other than that, I'm happy for her. She was a good friend, and I was pretty stupid and I blew it. But anyway, the last story, it's gonna go to this particular. It's kind of like another funny moment. So I remember that trying to make a memory what really happened. Cause I don't remember if it was still in college. Like I went to two colleges, but one was online, so I never like went in physically. And the first one was obviously I went there. So I happen to believe that man, like I don't even know why. Like this is like another phenomena. Like I don't know. Like if you're like a Latino that kind of is white passing, like I don't know if it's like a phenomenon that maybe some Eastern Europeans find these Latinos attractive. It's just the girl was not attractive at all. She don't get me wrong, for all my brothers, Slavic brothers, nothing against you. I think you have some beautiful people, but this is a particular story that the girl was not that attractive. So I think I don't remember exactly what class, but she sat in front of me. I just remember that it was like a short, like obviously I thought she was like American, but she was not that attractive. She had like I think same as me, the acne. I think she aged, even though she was like around similar age as mine. I think she kind of aged a little bit quicker. She always would stare at me or try to like see if I would make conversation with her, but since I didn't know, well, I think I was not really focused at the time with this girl to begin with. Like I was going through a lot of things. This is when I was like leaving religion. This is when I was restarting life, and now I barely made it through the semester because I was having like a lot of difficulties mentally. Like I was like not very happy with life and everything. So I think that's why I never really put that full attention to this girl. But she would like always stare at me at class. And don't get me wrong, like I'm not that attractive either. Like I've said, like I don't know if I'm attractive or not. And the reason I even consider myself black is basically it's always been brutal stories. Like I said, this girl was like self-hype Becky too. And this is 2019. So 2019, I think people were still a little bit normal. And like I've said, I think in the Eastern European culture, they're not. I don't know. They say they go full feminist, but I don't know if this girl was full. I don't even know exactly. But she would always be conversating and try to like speak Spanish, and I would not even pay attention to her. And to the point that she started giving me some like dirty looks. Like I don't know if she even liked me or hated me. I don't even know. She would always stare at me. What made it funny one time is. It was basically she was trying to hold the door for me, and I said like go ahead, and she's like no, you go ahead. I'm like what? Because I think she tried to make like a funny Hispanic accent, but I didn't pay attention to her because I was not invested in her. And the second time, she will be like conversating with this girl, another Hispanic girl, and then she kept looking back at me, and then the only reason I know she was looking at me is when I was like staring my face to the board. She would try to like make eye contact with me. I just like looked away, and she probably thought I was autistic or something or neurodivergent. Because for like to be honest, I'm sorry, I'm not attracted to you. Like I don't know what to tell you, but I know this last story is not the funniest. But the only funny thing is she kind of got discouraged. She probably thought I was weird because no eye contact or no. I didn't even conversate with her. But like I've said, I was not going through it at the time. I was going through a very difficult moment. So I was like very unmotivated at the time. So even like any like random normal looking girl, her attention would not convince me. If it was a different good looking girl, and then yeah, that's a different situation. But unfortunately, at the time, I was still on the blue pill side. But no, these particular girls don't give me attention at all because these girls are they're more radicalized. I think these girls they know they can get better looking at than me. So it is what it is, guys. These are the stories that I had to share with you guys from college. I just think it's funny and kind of fun to share with you guys. Give you guys a little glimpse of what is college when it comes to women. And all right, guys, you guys have a good day. Take care. Have a good weekend, and peace out.